off we go.
Should present.
Shall I come round here and do this? Shh.
I'm Reece Smith, Smart FMP. I'm going to be talking about my ideas.
Which is number one.
Number one will be an animation of my previous characters that I've done before. For the first project I did, my robots, which is ones I created during like past years. I wanted to do like a visual representation of like these scenes here. So it would just be the animation of them two fighting, and the like backgrounds and the environments. So I've like chosen different colours. Stuff.
So you're thinking animation this time?
Yeah.
Using the assets from previous and you're going to animate now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the animation will be about 20 to 30 seconds long, or depending on how long I'll be able to do it. I haven't really animated before, but I'm going to give it a go.
Your technical spec is A4 and 300 DPI?
I'll just put 1920 by 1080.
Right, yeah. So just change that when you come to, if this is the final idea. This is the one for the final idea.
I think this is my strongest one, but the others I do like as well.
So there's a storyline for the animation?
The storyline is just about, I think it's just about these two fighting. Well, the story is one of them is the good one, the one's the bad. It's a long story.
You've got a lot of colour swatches here.
Yeah, I just wanted to test out like the different colours for the environments. These ones over here will be like different colours for the characters. Because I wanted the characters to pop out a bit more on the scene, instead of just making them like dark metallic since they're like robots.
Is this where it all started?
Where?
At the top of the sketch?
Yeah, sketches. That's like the plan at the top. It's a bit
Okay.
small, but
Is this quite a strong idea for you?
yeah. It's the one I want to try and do, but if I don't have enough time, I'll try and look into the other ideas. Idea 2 is a still image, and for the idea I wanted to go a bit different. I wanted to do a character that I did do before, but I didn't really get a chance to create it in like Illustrator or something. But I wanted to go for more of a peaceful kind of image, where the robot looks into it just looks into like a different like peaceful
So
side
would
of life.
that be the robot and an environment?
Yeah, in an environment like with
And it will
probably
take
another
you.
animal.
It will take you over. It will take you over the period of the duration of the FMP.
Yeah, I'll put a lot of detail because I'll be using probably Illustrator to mark out where the stuff will be, and then I'll put Photoshop to do details and stuff like that.
So you mentioned you'll be using Photoshop and Illustrator. Do you see that happening?
Yeah,
Where will you start off, in Photoshop or Illustrator?
in Illustrator, that's it.
And then what do you do in Photoshop?
Probably for like finer details and stuff like that. Because with Illustrator, it's kind of hard with like the brushes and stuff like that, because it like smoothens it out and stuff. But with Photoshop, I've seen before, be able to make it a bit rougher and do finer details.
So similar sort of characters.
Yeah, so it's all like the same.
First one.
Yeah, it's all like the same like robots and stuff.
Good. Okay.
Lovely transitions. Top notch. So the last one is it's going back to those two robots again at the start, but this one's more of a one where it's in like a darker lab where they're being worked on. And I had like 3 ideas for this one. So there was one where they're split, but it's like opposites, like one's upside down, like if you were to flip the image you would see the other one, or they're side by side. And then I saw this thing on TikTok where you colour it in like all red, and then you use like a blue filter, and you can like see the characters, but you can like switch between. But this one's also going to be like an animated one, animated type, so it'll be like flashing lights and stuff like that in the workshop.
Still image with animated lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use After Effects at all?
I've tested it out before, but I'd love to learn more about it.
So I think those sort of, they're not transitions, but I think moving from, you know, especially with colour grading and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Maybe that's something you want to look into. So a little bit of After Effects. Yeah, I definitely think for this particular idea you might want to include that. So After Effects and Animate.
Mhm.
Good. It's all linked to the brief as it's about characters that you have created before. All of the assets have been created before.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, in terms of the amount of work you've got to do, you're going to solely concentrate on the animation
Yeah.
for this one. What's the strongest?
Idea is probably number one, probably my strongest one.
Back in again.
Reverse.
This is the first one.
Yeah.
So, using assets that you've created throughout the year. That little birdie wasn't an asset. it had quite an impressive effect on me and everybody else. Yeah. Especially when it was in reverse. Frame reverse. Yeah, if you spent a lot of time on building assets throughout the year, and you've only gone so far, it's obvious that that's something you might want to take further. So yeah, do try to think about that. Is some of the assets that you probably completed but didn't, could work further on for this last final major project. And I think that's, I think it's acceptable to take your own assets and then go into another area of your specialism, being animation. So I think this is the strongest idea. Do we agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there are some areas that you started off, you wanted to do a bit more 3D at the beginning of the year. You now know that was going to take more time.
Yeah, definitely.
So you did the right thing. You've worked on your strengths, which is character development, and obviously hand drawing and digital drawing up the characters, and now moving into the environments and animation.
Yeah.
I think it's ideal. Good. How long will it take you to do the animation, do you think? Do you know enough about animation for you to go straight into it, or
I know a little
you're
bit,
gonna
but I'll
be-
probably have to do a bit more researching into it.
So during, once you've made that decision, which is probably going to be this,
Yeah.
and going through to full creative treatment, you need to be looking at more, developing more sort of primary research during
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Yeah. So map that out, how long that's going to take you. You'll find, when we come to doing the proposal, there's going to be a timetable in the UAL document, which you can timetable the whole, it's already there for you, the whole of the project. And so you'll see how long it's going to take to, do your production.
Yeah.
I won't be telling you when or how to do it. You will be specifying that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I think it's a good idea.
Oh, stop.